So it's not great, but it does actually. I mean, I just wanted to make sure it fitted the dimensions. I got my made a USB power pack. Here it comes. So now we have it. So it's taped in. You know, it's a bit shit, really. It need. Oh shit! Oh no, that's all right. I'm gonna say it's gone wrong, but it hasn't. It's just my perspective, because it's like that. Whoa, we broke it. Yeah, you see my own monitor there. It's booting up. This one has Ubuntu. It's the one that I had in a previous video that I just recently added. I put it this way, but it obviously works that way. In fact, it probably works better that way, because there you go. Yeah, so now we have the display. There it is. Oh, well, it's not finished yet, obviously. I've got a keyboard connected. This keyboard down here. So I can do something, and it's connecting through Wi-Fi. Now, this is to connect the actual display's power and the signal for the touchscreen. So I'm pretty sure that the USB also has pins on the socket inside. The GPIO stuff has actually got USB on it. I wouldn't be sure, but anyway. Now, obviously, it's missing sides, but this was just simply to get the dimensions, because I did a prismatic one, which was easy to print. Took a couple of hours. It's not perfect, like there's a back, because this is really thin, and so this flexes. But the top's fine. This is like one strand, as if it were. And I don't know what happened there. It looks like it moved, or something hit it, or it caught or something, so it's printed funny there. But it's here, and crucially, because that's sat right down there, the tape's obviously pulling it down, and you might not be able to see it. Let me see if I can get the torch onto it. Right, yeah, you can't, but it is just up against that, so it's actually a very close fit. It's not rattling around. When I put it down, you see, if I press on the top there, now this will flex quite easily, but it's not. It's actually sat on the top of the display, so it is almost exactly the right dimensions. Oh wow, a crown! Almost the right dimensions. Now I've given an overhang at the sides. That was deliberate in the dimensions, because I didn't want it to be butted up against it. So the next stage now I've printed this, and this obviously is there and it works, and I can, for instance, go on the internet, I'm presuming. Oh, it's still booting up, I guess. Let me turn this light off so as to get rid of the glare. Yeah, there you go, see? Touchscreen part's working, so if I touch that, can I get... You're supposed to be able... Oh no, you can't scroll it, can you? That's the problem. You can move them around. I don't know what this is. This is like equivalent of a start button. I think it's just a bit slow at the moment, because it's just booted up essentially. Yeah, but it's working. I mean, like if I touch the folder one, then yeah, you sort of respond, and it should bring up a folder. So this is a Raspberry Pi file just running on its own SD. There you go, see, running on its own SD card. Desktop, and do you have to double it? I think you have to double tap sometimes. Folder is empty. Music. So this is working. There's nothing there, sort of thing. Do other locations. Yeah. Obviously the bezel is a bit of a problem. I actually made it a bit too big at the top, because the top is actually smaller. The bezel of the screen is smaller, so this one really does need to be thinner. But also, both of these need to be a lot thinner, because they're like door stops right now. Because I was just trying to get the dimensions on the print, and I've obviously got those. And it is pretty straight. You can see how it's. Can you see the top of the bezel in there? Yes, you can. I think. Oh no, you can see, because look, there's a date. So it's overhanging the bezel, and it's actually blocking part of the screen, so we shouldn't be doing that. Also, obviously, this is going to need something. Oh, stupid. this is going to need something behind it so that the screen can just slot in and it's held. And I guess I'd need some sort of structure inside, although this is pretty strong. You know, that it's quite rigid because what I did is I made these sections prismatic, and it's just that I put a single, obviously like a single strand as if it were, so that it instead of having a support, it is a support and it's part of the print as well. There's no point in wasting it, is there? So if you're gonna put a support in there, you might as well make it part of the print. Except for it's kind of buckled. Now I speed printed it, so that's probably why it's a bit buckled. I also increased the output to compensate for the speed printing, so that might be another reason why it's like that. You know, but I can cut that out. I can actually cut the back out, obviously, and I probably would because that gives me access to things. But as you can see, it's working, and it's standing up, and this is obviously protecting it now, and it's much more space than it actually needs. I mean, I just made it big. You know, it could do with being half of that, but then obviously it's, oh, here we are. What's that? Force quit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've got the dimensions now. So now what I can do is start trimming it. For instance, I can start thinking, right, okay, that gap there. Also, it needs these mounting. This is part of the problem. These need to be mounted on the chassis instead of on the back of the screen. And there's a screen, I don't know about the screen thing, probably not about the back of the screen, but the Raspberry Pi itself needs to be mounted, you know, actually in the casing rather than as a, you know, just sticky padded on the back of the screen. And it doesn't stay there as well, because as soon as you like put a network cable in there, because the network cable's got a considerable amount of pull and sag, it just pulls it off the back of the screen. It's very naughty. Okay, so you just do it like that, do you? That's interesting. Yep. What is that, the trash can? Yeah, it's trash can, isn't it? Yeah, it's just... Yeah. And that's... Oh dear, I didn't really want that. Yeah, so... I guess this is... Oh, show up. Oh, there we go. That's all of them. Wow! And do you touch there, or is it there? There it is. Yeah. Oh, transmission's installed for some reason. That way. And... terminal. There we go. So that's given me a terminal, hopefully. It's a little bit slow. Part of the reason is because it's using an SD card, yeah, and I don't have a keyboard. Or rather, I do, but it's on the floor. But what I need is an on-screen keyboard, which I can adapt. But obviously, the machine boots, the screen works, the touch part works as well. So everything's working fine. It's just, I've done something stupid, haven't I? And it's a bit behind. Right. Oh, no, I didn't want Thunderbird. Yeah, so it works, and crucially what I can do now is start testing the OpenGL software that I have, because that will work fast. This is rendering a desktop, which is doing all of the gubbins of a desktop, but when I actually make it work the screen, it's just running a shell, and then I actually overlay an application which is just pure OpenGL, and so it works really fast. You don't actually notice, you know, it's like you know, like you got a horsey PC behind it basically, because it reacts straight away. Rather than this one, you know, you push something and it takes 10 minutes. That's because it's a full desktop, isn't it? I didn't want a desktop. I thought there was a problem with the drivers, and so I installed Ubuntu because I knew that the Ubuntu on my laptop worked on that, but it turned out it was a connection issue. So there we go. Right. So this is now ready for software, but that's not going to be today because I've got other things